This is the 1st of October 2013. We're at Vincent Corporation in Tampa, Florida. We have a test here of that we're going to run in this little 4-inch screw press. That's 4-inch diameter screw. It has a motor hooked up with a VFD, a gearbox. I think the screw is turning. Yep, we've got it slowed with the variable frequency drive right here. That's the inlet hopper. The material, liquid will be expelled through the screen. This is the discharge door, that bronze piece we call the cone. It'll be pushed shut by this air cylinder right here with this lever mechanism. And material we're going to press is avocado waste. When I take some in my hand and squeeze it, I'm not getting any water to come. I get some between my fingers, but I don't get a stream of water, so that's not encouraging. But we'll see what we can do with the press. The first thing I'm going to do with this press is fill it up with cottonseed hulls, just a dry waste material. That will pack it so that as soon as I put in some of this sample material, I'll have the press in operation. It'll save the use of sample to fill the press. We tested the bricks of a drop of this material. Looks like 3 or 4 degrees bricks, not much. In the press, we're feeding in cottonseed hulls. And sooner or later, they're starting to come out right here. So I'll apply some pressure. And close that off. And now I'll be able to start running the sample material. Okay, now you can see the material feeding in. It does have a tendency to bridge because it is very thick. On the screen, all we have is dust from the cottonseed hulls. And hopefully we'll see some juice come out pretty soon. Here we're getting puree, but no liquid, very, very little. That doesn't look good. We're running at 1 bar and pressure, 15 psi, and it happens coincidentally 15 RPM screw speed. Okay, the material is channeling at 15 psi. It shouldn't do that. It's such a low pressure and such a low screw RPM, and we're not getting any liquid out. So I'm going to try mixing in a press aid, see if that makes any difference. Okay, we've got 7 pounds of sample net, and we're going to add cottonseed hulls to see if that does any good. Okay, I've mixed in 4% by weight, and it looks encouraging because the liquid that comes out, yeah, I'm getting more liquid out now. So we'll try this sample. Okay, I'm going to put some marker in here. That is, when I see that come out, I know I've changed. I've got the press going. This is still the original sample, and now I'm going to feed this material with 4% cottonseed hulls. Okay, this looks more encouraging. Andrew's breaking the bridge. I'm getting a completely different flow, and as soon as I see my cottonseed hulls come out, I'll change pails. So this is promising. Dump all that in too. That's a total of my 7.4 pounds. We're feeding in cottonseed hulls to chase out a sample. I haven't seen my hulls come out of here yet. Anyway, this is the action. Oh, I increased the pressure to 2 bar. We're collecting some press liquor for mass mount. This is the press we've been using for testing. Here's another. There's another, and another, and another. And someplace over in here, in all these presses, these are all test presses that we use for trials. There's an explosion-proof machine back there. Is our boiler. We're going to hook up the boiler and inject steam into this press tomorrow to see if that makes any difference. Okay, this is the next morning, the 2nd of October. We've got our boiler set up, and our press here has been set up with steam injection. That was what was in the press. They must have cleaned it out. And there's the residue from yesterday press cake. We're going to prime the press with this instead of cottonseed hulls, and we will put steam through it while we're operating. Yes, here's the operation. We've added 6% cottonseed hulls to the material we had left over, about 24 pounds in total. We set the speed even slower down to 6 RPM. You can barely see the screw turning here. And we're making cake. We fed through our trash material to start with, so we'll take our samples from the end. We're not getting any press liquor out, nothing at all. The temperature, 158 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about as hot as we can get it with this boiler. That one reason I slowed it down was to maximize the temperature. The cake is coming out differently, and we'll see what happens. I think I figured out why this is not working with that. We're not getting any press liquor at all, even though we're up to 171. And the cake, I'm at 100, I saw 110, it's hotter than that. There's 140. So we're hot, but this material must have been cooked before. It's all been reacted with heat to break down and release the water. You put raw fish into a press, you won't get any water out. Add steam, you will, because you cooked the fish. We tried brewer's grain from a beer brewery, and we got nothing, just like this, and that was because spent brewer's grain has already been cooked before it comes to the press. The heat does not release any more moisture. So I have a total failure.